It's showtime, folks, and WWE has just wrapped up the Elimination Chamber 2024 pay per view, and let's have a quick rundown of what happened. Firstly, we kicked off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan. Now, this was an absolutely great opening match. The women put on an absolute show with this chamber match. Liv Morgan seems to have improved in the ring since returning. It's evident she's been in the lab. Tiffany Stratton, she has a massive future. I kept telling myself this is a star-making match for Tiffany, but you know what? I feel like every match she's having is a star-making match. She's been that good, and it feels like she is someone that was born for the WWE. She has the attitude, the personality, the character, and she uses her gymnastics background she incorporates it into her moveset, and everything. Anytime she steps in the ring, it's just jaw dropping. Bianca, as always, just absolutely killing it. She is probably in my top 5 most entertaining wrestlers to watch in the WWE, alongside Cody and Gunther. Uh, but yeah, Becky Lynch picked up the win. As I predicted, I couldn't really see anyone else winning it realistically. Ever since the press conference where Becky confronted Rhea, I think it was quite obvious who was going to be challenging Rhea for the World Women's Championship at WrestleMania. But yeah, great opening to a absolutely great pay-per-view, and women can be proud of themselves for this one. After that, we had the undisputed tag titles on the line: Judgment Day versus New Catch Republic. And this was actually brilliant as well. I know I said in my prediction that I didn't really care for this match, and to be fair, that's more on me being bored of Judgment Day, because my pay undone, absolutely brilliant. I mean, we knew they were brilliant and entertaining in the ring, but together they are absolutely ridiculous. And I do hope that we get to see them as champions, or even, I'll be honest, I just want to see the tag titles of Balor and Damian Priest at this point. I feel like both of them could flourish even more as singles competitors, but you know what? They held their own. They were quite good in this match. This match was actually very entertaining, and there were quite a few shenanigans involving Dom, and there were quite a few times where we actually thought that Bait and Dunn could actually get it done, but unfortunately it was not for today. I do hope they get a chance again at WrestleMania, because that would be absolutely massive for the two of them. They were absolutely great in this. Bate, I think, he's transitioning quite well to the main roster, and Pete Dunne, finally glad that he's put this Butch stuff behind him. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with the tag titles. I love tag team wrestling, and yeah, cannot wait to see what happens with the titles at WrestleMania. I do believe we might see a rematch again between these two at WrestleMania, but we shall see. We shall see. Before we had the chamber match, we had the Grayson Waller effect show being hosted by Grayson and Austin Theory, with obviously their guests Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Now, the two most interesting things to come out from this segment was, one, Cody challenging The Rock to a match, and then Seth's going up to him saying, you know, when you challenge one of the bloodlines, you challenge not just that person, but all of it. And he offers Cody Rhodes his support, which does lead me to believe that these rumors of a tag team match happening on night one between Rollins and Rhodes against Rock and Reigns might actually be true, might actually be coming true. The thing is, with this sort of tag team challenge happening, I can only imagine it happening on night 1 of WrestleMania. It doesn't make sense to have it on night 2, because why would Seth, Reigns, and Cody work double, do them on the same night? Like, why would Seth put himself in a tag team match against Rock and Reigns when he also has to defend his title against Drew McIntyre the same night? And why would Reigns and Cody do that when they know they're main eventing that same night? So I do imagine if it does happen, it will be night 1. I don't think it should be main event, because Io and Bayley have had a brilliant story. Bayley won the main event for the women's main event. She won the women's Royal Rumble, so she deserves that main event. It just is. And the second interesting thing to happen is that Austin got jumped by Cody and Seth, and Grayson just did nothing. He just stood by and just let it happen. So interesting to see what's happening with Grayson and the Bloodline. So maybe Grayson's defecting to the Bloodline? We shall see. Next up, we had the men's chamber match. Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre. And once again, we had another brilliant Elimination Chamber match. It was brutal. It was funny, especially between KO and Kevin Owens. Between KO and Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I think, is doing absolutely great for someone who's not really experienced. I think he's someone who definitely has the entertainment side of the industry down to a T. And I truly believe once he improves more in the ring, we have a absolutely solid mid-carder. Now that is obviously down to him and whether or not he wants to take professional wrestling seriously. I know he's signed a full-time contract now. But yeah, that's all down to him. But I do generally believe this is someone with lots of potential. We know he's charismatic. We know he can hold down a promo. We know he can trash talk. And we know he's charismatic. I mean, to succeed in the world of being a social media influencer, you need to be that. And he is one of the best at it. But yeah, two interesting things that happened from this match. Now, obviously, this match was brilliant. It was physical, especially with guys like Bobby Lashley, McIntyre, Randy Orton involved. Two interesting things to come from this match. One, AJ Styles' assault on LA Knight with a steel chair. Now, this was brutal. This was like the pro wrestling equivalent to murder. And this is interesting for me because I do believe this will be setting up LA Knight versus AJ Styles for WrestleMania. Now, that is a WrestleMania caliber match, in my opinion. AJ Styles, we all know, even at his old age, he can give us the match of the night anytime he wants. And LA Knight, as we all know, we've all been watching him for the past 6-7 months, has just been climbing up, and is now one of the most over superstars on the roster. So yeah, I think that so both of them are two of the most reliable guys in the company right now, and they definitely deserve a spot on the WrestleMania card. Be it night 1, night 2, I don't know, but they definitely deserve a WrestleMania match. Secondly, is that Randy Orton eliminated Logan Paul. Now that doesn't seem like a surprise to anyone, but right after Randy Orton hit an RKO on Drew McIntyre, and I actually believe for a second, wait, I might be wrong. Yeah, is it actually going to be Randy? Nope. Here comes Logan Paul and delivers a knockout punch with brass knuckles to Randy Orton. And with that, Drew McIntyre picked up the win by eliminating Randy Orton. Now, this is interesting for me because I initially believed it was going to be KO and Logan Paul for the US title at WrestleMania. But now I wouldn't be surprised if it was Logan defending that title against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. And last but not least, we had Rhea Ripley defending her World Women's title against Nia Jax. Not much to say from this. Nia changed up her moveset a little bit, added a few technical submissions in there. But aside from that, it was pretty much cut and dry who was going to be the winner here. Rhea, despite actually being a heel, wrestled like a babyface, obviously, in her home country of Australia. And she won. There's not much else to say. It's now set up herself versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. And that is probably the biggest match Rhea could possibly have for WrestleMania. Aside from Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, I believe but that is with the right build-up. But as I said, the press conference set the build-up between Becky and Rhea Ripley. And from there, it's been very obvious, very clear who Rhea will be defending against at WrestleMania. And so, yeah, quite a great pay-per-view. A nice stop on the way to WrestleMania, which is 42 days away. So yeah, 4 matches confirmed we all knew Cody v Reigns, but as for now, we also have Seth versus Drew, Rhea versus Becky, and I forgot Io versus Bayley. So those are 4 matches that we know for a fact are happening at WrestleMania. And it's shaping up to be a brilliant one. If you consider the potential LA Knight and AJ Styles, and potentially Logan Paul defending that US title against either LA Knight or Randy, or possibly against both, not LA Knight and Randy, against KO and Randy. But yeah, that's been it for me. Let me know down below, what did you think about the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and I will see you soon. Safe.